Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and we are getting 12 free cards in Hearthstone tomorrow. Blizzard released a teaser video on Twitter, and the teaser video starts with this view. Free legendary cards starting February 13th, and well, that is tomorrow. Hearthstone Brew is the free legendary card. A 6-mana 5/5 with a battle cry, replace your hand with an iconic one from Hearthstone's past once per game. Replace your hand with an iconic one. So, doesn't say discover, doesn't say choose an iconic one. So, yeah, that could be a single hand, but I believe it's going to be a random hand. Why? Because Gallon, one of the designers, tweeted this. Hearthstone Brew is finally in Hearthstone. He's so iconic, I wonder what he does. Well, no way of knowing, I guess. Entirely unrelated, here's some other iconic cards in Hearthstone, like Grim Patron, Skull of the Manari, and Shudderwalk. Whoa. So, Hearth is going to replace our hands with some kind of Patron Warrior hands, Shudderwalk Shaman hands. Do you get one per... Actually, you could also get one per class. Maybe you could get Grim Patron as a Warrior, Shudderwalk as a Shaman. Well, we'll figure out the details, I guess, tomorrow. But anyway, looking like a pretty interesting card that's, yeah, going to be playable in the game tomorrow. And it doesn't end there, because each class is also getting a free card. So let's take a look at those. These were all shown in the teaser video on Twitter. So for Death Knight we have Artasis Gift. All of these are gift cards. They all cost 1 mana, and they all discover a temporary card. A temporary, so it leaves your hand at the end of the turn. So you have to play the gift plus the card that you get from the gift on the same turn. So this is sort of like a mini ETC. You will have to spend 1 mana, so it's 1 mana more expensive than just putting the card into your deck, but you will get some flexibility because you get 3 options to choose from. It's a discover effect, so you get to freely choose between the 3. And for Death Knight, you can choose Dark Transformation, Howling Blast, or Death Strike. Okay, so turning into undeads into monstrosities, dealing some damage and freezing, or lifesteal. We'll see. I mean, something like Blood Death Knight is absolutely going to run this, right? If you play any kind of control deck, you're probably going to run these gifts, because then you appreciate the flexibility, but you will have so many different answers. If you play some kind of an aggro deck, then maybe you just want Howling Blast in your deck instead of having 4 mana Howling Blast in your deck, so we'll see about that. But that's Death Knight. And then we have Demon Hunter, Illidan's Gift, discover a temporary Fel Barrage, Chaos Strike, or Chaos Nova. Well, Fel Barrage, deal 2 damage to the lowest health enemy twice. That's a card, and that's also a card that you can't put into your deck, because it's currently not in standard format. Well, you can put it in your deck in Wild, of course, but if you're playing Standard, well, Illidan's Gift just allows you to use Fel Barrage again. And then you can use Fel Barrage with some spell damage things, and okay. Also 2 spells, so if you play with the Nagas, you play with the Blind Eye Sharpshooter, and then this is 2 spells already for that deck, and oh my. Yeah, some scary stuff can happen with these cards. And the Druid definitely delivers as well. Malfurion's Gift, discover a temporary Feral Rage, Wild Growth, or Swipe, and it was confirmed on Twitter that the Wild Growth you discover from Malfurion's Gift is going to be a 2 mana Wild Growth. So there is no sense, now that Wild Growth is still around in standard format, there's no sense to put the Wild Growth into your deck. You can just put in Malfurion's Gift, from which you can get a 2 mana Wild Growth, so you will end up spending 3 mana for that Wild Growth, or you can use this for other purposes later in the game, like for a 3 mana Swipe. Okay, pretty good stuff. Then we have Hunter, Rexar's Gift, discover a temporary Quick Shot, Deadly Shot, or Explosive Shot. Well, Explosive Shot has always been kind of a disappointing card anyway, so that means Hunter only really gets 2 good choices. Quick Shot, well, that draws a card, deals some damage, 3 mana, draw a card, deal damage, Deadly Shot. Well, Hunters is maybe one of the more disappointing gifts, I have to say. But it is a gift nonetheless. And then there's the Mage gift, Jaina's gift. Discover a temporary Frostbolt, Arcane Intellect, or Fireball. Alright, so Frostbolt making an early appearance in standard format because of Jaina's gift. I wonder what uses will that have. It's just blasting some faces. And Paladin gets Uther's gift, discover a temporary Equality, Consecration, or Blessing of Kings. Paladin decks are quite aggressive nowadays, so this doesn't really fit into aggro Paladin. But if there's any kind of slower Paladin deck, something like Highlander Paladin maybe, that would be very, very interested in a card like this. Priest is also getting a gift, Anduin's gift. Discover a temporary Powered Shield, Shadow Word Pain, or Mind Control. I actually couldn't find out what version of Powered Shield is going to be discovered from this. I assume that it's going to be this 1 mana version, and not the one that was around, that 0 mana version for a while. Shadow Word Pain, that's clear. I did find out that the Mind Control is going to be a 9 mana card. Obviously, a 10 mana Mind Control would have been kind of awkward, because then you wouldn't be able to play it on the same turn and it's temporary and then it would go away. But yeah, so as a priest you can use Anduin's gift to have early removal, some card draw and health buff for your minion, or at 10 mana just grab whatever is strong on the board. Priest is very, very interested in this card. This is really, really strong. Oh boy. As for Rogue, Rogue gets Valera's gift, discover a temporary Backstab, Deadly Poison, or Fan of Knives. So some pretty cheap spells, not super effective spells. If there's a way that Rogue will benefit from playing multiple cards in a turn, if there's that kind of Rogue deck, yeah, then Valera's gift can be really good, because, I mean, at best you can play 1 mana 2 cards, gift into Backstab. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thrall's gift is the Shaman card. Discover a temporary Lightning Bolt, Hex, or Bloodlust. Alright, and if these are going to be available also after the event, then I mean, I think they are, right? They are in standard even after the event, I believe. So Bloodlust is removed from the corset soon, but you can still get access to Bloodlust through Thrall's gift. So these open up interesting avenues. They give some wild cards into standard that otherwise wouldn't be there. Gul'dan's gift is the Warlock card. Discover a temporary Mortal Coil, Siphon Soul, or Twisting Nether. I mean, Control Warlock would love this card. 2 mana to deal 1 damage to a minion and draw a card, or 5 mana for Siphon Soul. I mean, Siphon Soul used to cost 6 mana. 5 mana Siphon Soul is still okay at some points. Or a 9 mana Twisting Nether that nowadays also destroys locations. So, alright. Or is it only after the Corset update, actually? So maybe it doesn't destroy the locations immediately. I'm not sure about that one. But anyway, some mass removal, targeted removal, just wonderful flexibility. There's also something for Control Warrior, Garrosh's gift. Discover a temporary Execute, Shield Block, or Brawl. And this is going to be run in 2 copies in all of these Odin Warrior, Control Warrior decks. Because you can have Execute, you can have Armor and Card Draw from that, or you can have Brawl. Because Brawl is sometimes really, really good, and other times it's just dead weight in your deck, so you don't always want to have it there, but now you have the option. You have incredible flexibility, and Control deck really does not mind the cost, so wow. These gift cards, Heart, I can't wait to see what the iconic hands will be from Heart and what you can do with them. How much mana do you need to really make good use of them? Because that could also end some games. Also, is it a random one? Can you get access to cards from another class? That could also be bad. Maybe you can't make use of Shadow Walk if you get Shadow Walk as another class. But if you get your own class, then if you're playing Shaman and you always get Shadow Walk, then you could build around that. Can't wait to see all the details. Anyway, bunch of free cards, and these are going to be powerful cards. Many of these cards will see meta deck play in the near future, starting tomorrow. So, yeah. Interesting times for Hearthstone. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.